Hello everyone, welcome to our Sunday School talk for this Sunday. I'm going to read the Gospel now, the Gospel reading for today. Before I'm going to do that, I'm going to light this candle to remind us that Jesus is right alongside us, right alongside you, where you are listening to this, and right by me. Listen to the Gospel of Christ according to St. Matthew. Jesus said to the chief priests and elders of the people, "The kingdom of heaven may be compared to a king who gave a feast for his son's wedding. He sent his servants to call those who had been invited, but they didn't want to come. Next, he sent some more servants. 'Tell those who have been invited,' he said, 'that I have my banquet all prepared. Everything is ready. Come to the wedding feast.' But they were not interested. One went off to his farm, another went off to his business, and the rest seized his servants and beat them and rejected them. The king was furious. He sent his troops to punish those people. Then he said to his servants, 'The wedding is ready, but as those who were invited proved to be unworthy, go to the crossroads, go into the towns and invite everyone you can find to the wedding.' So those servants went out to the roads and collected together everyone they could find, good and bad alike. And the wedding feast was filled with guests. When the king came in to look at the guests, he noticed one man who was not wearing a wedding garment. And he said to him, 'My friend, how did you get in here?' And the man was silent. Then the king said to his servants, 'Take him and throw him out of the wedding feast.' This is the Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, O Christ. When someone invites you to a party, it means something. It means that they really like you. It means that they really want your company. And when someone invites you to a really special kind of party, like you might be invited to a wedding one day, or I don't know, a baptism, it means you're really special to them. How sad it would be, can you imagine, to invite people you thought were your friends to a party and they said, "No, we don't want to come." It must hurt in your heart. In the story Jesus tells, the king, and he's having a wedding party for his son's wedding, and all the people he invites, not only are they not interested, not only do they say, "No, we've got better things to do with our time. No, we don't want you, and we don't want your party." Not only do they say no, but it says in the story Jesus tells that they treated his servants cruelly. They beat them and they were violent to them. And so the king sends his troops out to punish those people for being just so horrible. Jesus came and he invited people to join him, and whenever people came to him, he would have food and drink and celebrate. And he was inviting everybody. But lots of people did not want him. No, we don't want you. And you know the story of what happened to Jesus. They took him, soldiers took him, and they nailed him to a cross. No, we don't want you. And he was inviting them to a feast. What kind of feast does Jesus invite us to? A love feast, a feast where there is love. A feast where we share food and drink, and we do that on Sunday in church. We come and we share the very special food of the altar, the very special bread of the altar. And you come to receive a blessing, and that's a big pointer of the very special feast and party we will have in heaven together. What kind of feast is Jesus calling us to? It's one where there is a feast of love, and he calls you and all of us. It says in the story that when the people who were first invited didn't come, and they were punished, the king says, go and get others, and bring them to the wedding feast. Maybe that's why they didn't want to come in the first place. They say, oh, we know this king. He's the sort of king who'll we know what he's going to do. He's going to just go invite everybody. He's going to invite all the poor and all the good and the bad and everyone who's going to be invited in. We don't want to go to his feast because we don't like this kind of king. Then it says in the story that everyone's there at the feast, and all the people who have come are enjoying the food. There is one person who is not wearing the wedding garment that people are given to wear. Sometimes in a wedding feast, people are given like a flower to wear, or they're given something to show that they have been invited to the wedding. There's one person, he's not wearing the wedding garment, the clothes that you need to wear at this wedding feast. Now you might have been to a special occasion where you have to wear special clothes. Well, when you come to this special feast that Jesus invites you to, you need to wear special clothes too. You need to be dressed in the right clothes. But these are clothes that you don't wear on your body. No, the feast where Jesus invites you is one where the clothes you wear are for the heart. They're clothes you wear in your heart. What are these clothes? They are faith. Faith in God, trust in God. They are love, because that shows that you've been invited to the wedding feast of Jesus. If you wear love in your heart, they are kindness. They are compassion. That's when you feel for other people. These are the clothes you have to wear in your heart if you want to be part of Jesus' family and part of his special celebration. And if you don't want to wear those clothes, if you don't want to wear love, if you don't want to wear kindness, if you don't want to wear compassion, then you can't come to this. You can't come to this, because in the feast where Jesus is king, no cruelty is allowed, no one being spiteful to each other, no one pushing others out. No, it's not allowed, because in the feast where Jesus is king, this great feast of love, there's no fear, only gladness, and you are invited and you are called. And why? Because he wants you. You matter to him, and so he wants to celebrate with you. So come and wear those beautiful clothes in your heart.